as it happens, turns out I'm in somewhat of an odd position physically at the moment. Not really, but this shot is in danger of being destroyed by a pet or pets. So just know that. Okay, so we have not done one of these in a little while. Unfortunately, sorry, I've just been out of the loop. But I'm trying to get back in the loop, right? Because I'm behind. So, interestingly enough, we're doing 2 movies right the fuck now. But what we're going to do when we talk about this is I am going to tell you about one movie while I do one style of face paint, and then I'm going to tell you about another movie while I do another style of face paint. But the movie that I do, whatever, you guys are going to figure it out. Okay, so I recently saw The Crow. So we're going to talk about The Crow, and then we're going to talk about Alien Romulus. Okay? Right. Now if I can get this open. That's step number 1. Honestly, I was not super interested in seeing The Crow. Wasn't really against it. I like Bill Skarsgård. He's cute, but he's way hotter as Pennywise, quote me. I don't think he's ugly, but I just wasn't like super jazzed on this movie, that's all. And so one night I was kind of bored. I was like, oh, I'll just go watch it, whatever. And that's what I did. It was cool because I ended up meeting someone new who apparently is at the theater all the time, and for some reason I hadn't met yet. But anyway, met him. He was real cool. I was glad to get his perspective after the movie. Right now, however, I am doing The Crow 1994 face paint. I haven't even seen this movie, but I'm going to do the face paint anyway because I love y'all and face paint so much. I don't have a mirror, and I'm not using those mirrors because that's not where my camera angle is, everyone. Okay, so The Crow 1994 was based on a graphic novel, though back in those days I was a toddler. Okay, I wouldn't actually know. My language was advanced, but it was not that advanced. They actually still called them comic books, even if they were like in book form and like a book. But anyway, apparently it's a graphic novel called The Crow. Honestly, I found that out I can't remember when I found that out. It might have been after. I don't know if it was before or after I watched the actual movie, but just when I was watching the current version, I was like, this kind of seems a little bit like not outdated, but I was like, this is like a little bit weird. Like, this is kind of a weird, I feel like this is a weird source material. And since unfortunately I haven't seen The Crow, like, how would I know? You know, how would I know what it's like, what the source material is? How would I know what the original Crow movie was like, etc. Anyway, I was watching this movie and I was like, you know, it kind of seems like, this just seems like a weird source material. Let me tell you about the opening scene. Opening scene is we see this kid walking in a fucking, what looks like a farm, sort of, and he is running to his horse, and his horse is dying because it had a fucking flesh wound. Like, it got tangled in some barbed wire, had some surface cuts, and that killed it for some reason. That generally wouldn't kill a horse. Like, I don't know who made that call, but like that, when a horse gets caught in barbed wire, ain't gonna kill him. But anyway, that's what happened. And what annoyed me when I saw it was the first thing that, like, there were a bunch of, like, and then so the kid had this emotional reaction to his horse dying from a fucking flesh wound, surface wound. There are a bunch of crows out there, right? There are a bunch of crows all around him. But those crows were actually ravens. I don't know who made that call, but I've said this before. Y'all think we're stupid? Ain't. I can fucking tell the difference between a crow and a raven. It's easy. Ravens are physically bigger than crows. Crows are small, much smaller than a raven. Ravens have thicker beaks, and they have their beak. So a crow beak kind of looks like this. It looks more like this. But a raven's beak looks more like this. It's got a more curved top. Ton of ravens. Ravens are really big. They're like as big as my dog, honestly. They're twice the size of a crow. They're big. So I don't know what the fuck ravens were doing there, but it was honestly a lot of ravens like throughout the movie. Like I don't know who the fuck made that call. Like I would really like to know. So first of all, that pissed me off. I was like, why the shit are there ravens here? Anyway, so yeah, that pissed me off to start. And that was in, minute 1 of the movie. I was like, oh god. Here's the thing though. I had super duper low ass expectations for this movie. I didn't really think I was gonna like it. I thought it was gonna be a complete and total waste of my time. Like I said, I don't really find Bill Skarsgård that attractive. I haven't seen the first Crow movie, so I wasn't like really like jazzed on it either way, right? But anyway, I was watching the movie and I was enjoying myself. I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting. It wasn't as empty as Indiana Jones. I went there. I saw another movie that was empty AF recently. What was it? I guess I forgot. Maybe I'll remember at some point. But yeah. So saw this movie, and I love seeing giant brutalist architecture. I love seeing giant buildings that are brutalist, and you bet your ass I want to see the inside of a beautiful fucking opera it was shot in like Berlin or something, some European country. I know Berlin is not a country, but it was shot not in America. A lot of it was, which didn't surprise me. But I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Bunch of cool shots, bunch of long shots. The thing is, though, is that Bill Skarsgård is a good actor. Okay, no shade thrown there, right? He's a good actor, all right? I'm not denying that fact. However, my man's is not an action star. Brandon Lee was an action star. That was kind of his whole thing. This movie actually made me so bummed about both Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee, but like especially Brandon Lee, because there was no fucking reason that Bruce Lee should have gone back to work after he had brain swelling. That's why he died. He went back to work, went to go shoot a fucking movie doing martial arts shit after he had brain swelling. Too soon after that. Maybe the doctor okayed him to go. Maybe he just wanted to go. I don't know. But like, as soon as you have brain swelling, fam, you gotta take it the fuck easy. It will fuck with your balance. Any brain problem is going to fuck with your balance. And that is a fucking problem if you're a martial artist. You need to rest to heal. Mans didn't do that, and he wound up dead, unfortunately. Brandon Lee, however, is more of a tragedy, because that was Bruce Lee's own doing, obviously. He should not have gone back to work so early after having been injured. Okay? This isn't even, but this is an imperfect world, you guys. But Brandon Lee, unfortunately, died on set of The Crow because a gun shot him that wasn't supposed to be loaded, but it was loaded. And he died. Shot him right in the chest. He died, like, immediately. Poor guy. Anyway, this movie seems like it would have been a cool movie in, like, the 90s. And I feel like it probably was a really cool movie. I actually really want to watch it. What I liked, one big thing I really liked about this movie was that it made me want to watch The Crow with Brandon Lee, which sorry, I haven't watched it. Okay. Sorry. So sorry. I know I'm not a real film nerd. Boo-hoo. Okay, we're almost ready for the really fun part. You guys, I don't care that this isn't even. Okay, it's not a necessity for me. Anyway, this movie was interesting. I thought the concept was interesting. I thought it was a cool idea for a movie. Loved FKA Twigs. I didn't know she was so good at acting, so that was a lot of fun to see. It was a lot of fun to see her. And the guy who I saw the movie with, I guess this isn't on my radar anymore because I don't really care that much about seeing sexy men considering I'm engaged. But the guy who I saw the movie with, hi Michael, he was like, I really appreciated that they showed the man more. Because he's right, usually in movies when they got any kind of sexy naked scene, they're showing 100% of the woman. They're showing like 92% woman, 92% of the woman, and like maybe 8% of, and like 4% of them together. And then, what the fuck did I just say, 92? 4% of them together. And then the other 4%, sorry, like 6% of them together, and then like 2% of the guy, if that. They're over focusing on the woman. But that was probably because the director was gay. Forgot his name. Sorry, bro. I don't think I wrote it down either. Rough. Anyway, I feel like I'm getting nowhere with this review. But you know what? I kind of felt like I was getting nowhere with this movie. It was dragging at points. I thought it was a somewhat interesting concept. But again, Bill Skarsgård is not an action star. So, therefore, it wasn't terribly fun to watch. I feel like it would have been way more fun if they had got someone who was, in fact, really fucking cool action-wise. I'm not saying he was bad. Like, he was pretty good at what he did. But I can tell my man's is not an action star. Like, sorry. So, yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't make an action star the main protagonist of The Crow. I don't know what that deal is. Like, what the fuck is that, bro? Tell me. What's wrong with this? Is that water soluble? What the hell? There we go. Okay, anyway. Sorry, I still feel like I've gotten nowhere. Okay, movie, kind of okay. I wasn't. Okay, this is what we have to do. Maybe. Sorry, I thought it was the same. It's not the same brand. What's going on? What's going on? Kinda okay. Anyway, let me see if I have anything good in my notes. Oh, I thought Bill Skarsgård's his tattoos, like the concept for it was cool, but like y'all for real want to get fake tattoos done in movies better because like I could tell they were fake. Like I don't know why. Like why is this not working? Sorry, I'm so distracted by this. Not fucking working. What the hell? Okay, it's kind of working now. What was I saying? So this makeup I'm doing right now, this face paint I'm doing right now, this is Brandon Lee. Okay, this is Brandon Lee Crow. I'm gonna wipe it off, and I'm gonna do Skarsgård Crow. Okay, it's a lot less dramatic. All right, than this makeup. This makeup's pretty dramatic. Anyway, like I said. This is an interesting idea for a movie, but I feel like it was a lot more kind of outdated. Also, like, no one asked for this. No one was like, oh yeah, we really badly need a remake of The Crow. No one said that. I mean, apparently the director said it, obviously. The people making it said it, obviously. The studio who okayed it said it, obviously, but like, there just wasn't really a demand for this. The fact that I didn't even know that this was originally a graphic novel. I didn't know that. Clearly it's not that popular anymore. Clearly it probably wasn't. I mean, it had to have been popular at the time, right? At least a little bit. I need a better brush, you guys. It's part of my problem, but this shit ain't bad. All y'all hops who are like, oh, you're just so mad because you're bad at makeup. I'm actually really good at makeup. This is not even half of what I can do, you guys. I'm better at this, but I'm better than this. Anyway, I'm someone who wants to see these scenes that they put in here. Of course I enjoyed Bill Skarsgård, the shot of him with a ton of blood on his face. I really like seeing men with blood on their faces, if you know what I mean. And I thought that the plot was sort of interesting, but a lot of the time it was dragging. It's alright. It's alright, mates. Okay. A lot of time it was dragging. I wouldn't say that this was like a great movie, but I wouldn't say that it was a bad movie either. I honestly thought it was kind of cool. Like, I really did think it was my expectations were very low, like I said, but it ended up being cool, and I ended up being like, oh, this is fun, you know? I ended up liking it a lot more. But again, I'm someone who loves giant sweeping shots of brutalist buildings. I'm someone who loves seeing CGI crows, being CGI crows. I'm someone who loves fucking cool neon shots of shit. I'm someone who loves seeing architecture in other cities. But I'm like, those aren't really selling points to your average moviegoer, is what I mean to say. Okay. And that is in fact what this movie was kind of made of. However, I talked to the guy that I met right before the movie. After the movie, he said he really enjoyed it. He said he would give it a solid 7. But something that he said that, and I felt this way too, I felt exactly the same way, was like, there wasn't really any payoff with an actual crow or him becoming a crow. Here's a pet right now. Hi, Danny. I'm trying to look like you. I'm trying to look like Danny. That's another video we can do where I put on face paint like Danny girl. Isn't that a good idea? She's like, what the hell is going on right now, you weirdo? This is not where I normally shoot. Hi, Danny. He didn't become a crow. There was no, like, crow essence that he, like, ended up embodying. It was just, like, crows were there in the, like, weird halfway afterlife that he went to. and a crow was following him, like in the weird when he was in Waking Life. Why did I just get so much white there? Fuck. Right? There was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, they have better quality stuff to do this with for the 1994 crow, I can tell you that much. Anyway, he didn't become a crow. He didn't like get any crow like essence, sort of. There was just like crow, being a crow was just kind of, or like the crow thing was just kind of like a weird like aesthetic choice. There was no like, you have to become the crow. No one said that in the entire movie. So that was strange, right? I wish that the crows had actually been crows and not ravens. Y'all can't tell me there aren't crows that you could have like actually obtained in order to make this movie look. This is my left hand. Woo-wee, can't wait to do Joker makeup. Come October, you guys, we got to do Joker makeup. I can do Joker makeup whenever I want, though. I wouldn't really call this makeup, though. This is face paint, which is totally different. Let me see if I have... Oh, there was just a bunch of, like, stupid shit in this movie. Like, the movie itself was just, like, kind of lacking and kind of weird, and I can tell that it's a fucking thing from the 90s. Okay, you guys, this is something I wish I could shout from every single rooftop. If you ever get stabbed or an object ever makes its way into your body, you do not take it out. You leave it the fuck in there, okay? You leave it the fuck in there until you can get to a hospital. Don't even take it out. Don't even try to take it out. You leave it the fuck in there. I don't remember even when this happened in the movie, but I think it was someone got stabbed and he pulled it out. That's not what you do. If you are ever impaled by anything or stabbed by anything, you leave it the fuck in there, because you need to leave it in there, because it's likely that the blood loss from removing it could kill you in minutes. Okay? So you don't remove it. And I wish that movies would not depict people removing that shit, because it's so dangerous. There was this one guy, the like villain guy. So the motivation of Bill Skarsgård was not really clear. It didn't really make sense. Like, yes, he loved this woman, but like the reason that she was in trouble was also like barely disclosed and didn't make a lot of sense. And then once we found out the actual reason, it was like, that's it? Really? I forgot the guy's name, but he was in Yellowstone for a moment. In my notes, I kept calling him Old Man Cowboy, even though he wasn't a cowboy in Yellowstone. But he was the villain, and he was pretty good. But like, again, his character didn't make a lot of sense, bro. I loved seeing the piano. They had a fucking piano in this movie. That was cool. But also, like, if you're gonna put someone who plays piano in the movie, and you're gonna have them playing piano in the movie, in the scene, you might want to have them actually play piano at that point. You might want to figure the fuck your sound system out and figure out a way that you can actually have them play piano for real and put it in the movie. Because, again, I can tell when that shit is fake. And if I can tell when that shit is fake, anyone can. I think this gal actually is like a professional pianist for real, but I could tell in the fucking movie she was just there like, pissing me off, bro. That shit pisses me off. It really does. Anyway, this makeup is way the fuck cooler than the Bill Skarsgård one. Okay, I think we have one more move real quick to do, then I can wipe this off. So Michael, the guy that I talked to after the movie, he told me, he was like, normally if I like the trailer for a movie, I'm going to end up liking the movie. And I was like, that's a fair assessment. And he said this movie fulfilled that. But again, like I said, I'm someone who wants to see piano being played in a fucking concert hall. I'm someone who wants to see a guy with blood on his face. I'm someone who wants to see brutalist architecture, big shots of it for long periods of time. That's me. And we saw FKA Twigs, but we barely saw her doing music. They kind of almost did at one point, but then decided not to. I was like, okay. But so most people are not really into that, and I do wish that there had been more of a he becomes the Crow, he is the Crow, now he's the Crow, blah blah blah. But what I thought was very fucking cool about this movie, and I'm not used to this at all, is I don't even remember if this is how the I think this video is about to go off. Fuck my life. Fucking spam calling me. Do I have to wait? I can't touch it because I want to keep recording. And the last time I touched it, you guys, I might be about to lose you. I just have to wait until this call goes through.